Some thoughts for the President's consideration. April 1st, 1861. First, we are at the end of a month's administration, and yet without a policy, either domestic or foreign. Second, this, however, is not culpable, and it has even been unavoidable. The presence of the Senate with the need to meet applications for patronage have prevented attention to other and more grave matters. Third, but further delay to adopt and prosecute our policies for both domestic and foreign affairs would not only bring scandal on the administration, but danger upon the country. Fifth, the policy at home. I am aware that my views are singular and perhaps not sufficiently explained. My system is built on this idea as a ruling one, namely that we must change the question before the public from one upon slavery or about slavery for a question upon union or disunion. In other words, from what would be regarded as a party question to one of patriotism or union. The occupation or evacuation of Fort Sumter, although not in fact a slavery or a party question, is so regarded. Witness the temper manifested by the Republicans in the free states and even by Union men in the South. I would therefore terminate it as a safe means for changing the issue. I deem it unfortunate that the last administration created the necessity. For the rest, I would simultaneously defend and reinforce all the forts in the Gulf, and have the Navy recalled from foreign stations to be prepared for a blockade. Put the island of Key West under martial law. This will raise distinctly the question of union or disunion. I would maintain every fort and possession in the South. For foreign nations, I would demand explanation from Spain and France categorically all at once. I would seek explanations from Great Britain and Russia and send agents into Canada, Mexico, and Central America to rouse a vigorous continental spirit of independence on this continent against European intervention. And if satisfactory explanations are not received from Spain and France, would convene Congress and declare war against them if their answers are unsatisfactory. But whatever policy we adopt, there must be an energetic prosecution of it. For this purpose, it must be somebody's business to pursue and direct it incessantly. Either the President must do it himself and be all the while active in it, or devolve it on some member of his cabinet. Once adopted, debates on it must end, and all agree and abide. It is not in my special province, but I neither seek to evade nor assume responsibility.
Read aloud on April 1st, 1861. My dear sir, since parting with you, I have been considering your paper dated this day and entitled Some Thoughts for the President's Consideration. The first proposition in it is, first, we are at the end of a month's administration and yet without a policy, either domestic or foreign. At the beginning of that month, in the inaugural, I said, the power confided to me will be used to hold, occupy, and possess the property that places belonging to the government, and to collect the duties and imposts. This had your distinct approval at the time, and, taken in connection with the order, I immediately gave General Scott, directing him to employ every means in his power to strengthen and hold the forts. Comprises the exact domestic policy you now urge, with the single exception that it does not propose to abandon Fort Sumter. Again, I do not perceive how the reinforcement of Fort Sumter would have been on a slavery or party issue. The news received yesterday in regard to St. Domingo certainly brings up a new item within the range of our foreign policy, but up to that time we have been preparing circulars and instructions to ministers and the like, all in perfect harmony, without even a suggestion that we had no foreign policy. Upon your closing position that whatever policy we adopt, there must be an energetic prosecution of it. For this purpose, it must be somebody's business to pursue and direct it incessantly. Either the President must do it himself and be all the while active in it, or devolve it on some member of his cabinet. Once adopted, debates on it must end, and all agree and abide. I remark that if this must be done, I must do it. When a general line of policy is adopted, I apprehend there is no danger of it being changed without good reason, or continuing to be subject of unnecessary debate. Still, upon points arising in its progress, I wish and suppose I am entitled to the advice of all the cabinet. Your obedient servant, A. Lincoln.